Welcome to the MindPreneur show. I hope you had a great time discovering about yourself, your strengths and your weakness, and also trying to close the gap. It's a beautiful and rewarding experience if you are to do it. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section and I'll be grateful to help you clarify your doubts. The fourth step in the MindPreneur process is called the design. Now that you know your goals, you have to design your life in order to achieve that. The designing process is a little bit strategic where you have to think about a lot of things. It's not as easy because you have to think about whys, hows, wheres, whos and all these elements. So let me show you how to do it. Now to strategically design your plan, you have to write your goal in the center. What could be your goal? Let's say you want to earn $20,000. So that's your goal. And then you have to ask yourself, what is that due date that you want to achieve this goal? Let's say for me, it's the 100-day goal. So if it is a 100-day goals in 100 days, and you can write the due date. Let's say at the end of, now if you are calling 100 days, it would be 10th January. 10th January 2025. Whenever you are writing a goal, you have always think about the SMART goal framework. The SMART. So whether it is specific, you are saying that specifically that you want to achieve $20,000. Is it measurable? Yes, you can measure when you receive $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, you can measure. And then the next question is a very tricky question. Is this achievable? Now, when we answer this question, you always have to think based on your current capacity and if you increase that level, whether this goal is achievable. Let's say for me, to achieve $20,000 is easy because I have a $2,000 product. If I can sell for 10 people, I'm getting $20,000. It's easy for me. But you have to ask yourself the question, if you don't have a product and if you are just a beginner or you're just on your formal jobs payroll, let's say you're getting around $10,000 in your current job, you want to increase to $20,000. You have to ask the question, what else could I do to achieve 20,000? And in this, we are talking about just 100 days. It's like a little bit over 3 months. So it might not be achievable goal for you to achieve another 10,000 if you don't have a product, if you don't have a service that you can sell. So that's really important for you to ask yourself whether this is achievable. Let's say in order to achieve this additional $10,000, you want to give tuition. Now you have to ask the question, to give tuition, how many students, while being on my formal job, how many students can I take on a daily basis or a monthly basis? How much can I charge? Let's say if you can charge $1,000 from 10 students, of course you can get that 10,000. Is it possible to charge $1,000 from 10 students? Is it a service that you could provide? You have to ask these questions when you are thinking about the achievable. So in order to make a goal that's achievable, you really have to think about all the other aspects. Now, realistic is something very related to achievable. You have to put a realistic figure. Now, let's say you are earning 10,000 and you want to get 20,000, but you don't have any options to like make this $1,000 product for 10 students. And if you want to do it for 100 students, do you have that capacity to accommodate 100 students in your like tuition center, or are you going to do it online? So now you have to think about whether this is a realistic goal. And then the final one is a time bound. So it should be like I have written 100 days or 10th January 2025. Likewise, you have to give it a time. Now when I say this is not achievable and realistic, don't get disheartened, but rather think strategically. Because when you want to achieve a goal, it's always, you can have a bigger goal towards the end. And then you can like create little bit milestones for you to like break it down. Let's say if you are getting 10,000 on a formal job, you can put a $2,000 extra, so 12,000. By the end of first month, let me put $12,000. That means $2,000 additionally. What can you do to make $2,000? Is it possible to make $2,000? And then when you make this, like write a SMART goal, sometimes you might not achieve this one during this time frame, but still, because you are able to break it down, and you will be able to at the end of every month evaluate yourself. What happened? Why was I not able to achieve my goal? That way you can achieve. So the first step in this process is you write in your strategic goal. You have your goal written in the SMART framework, isn't it? Now, in order to get started, you have to always ask yourself, what's my starting point? These little details are important for you to identify. So the starting point, let's put starting point as today's date. Today is 30th September 2024. That's your starting point. Also, you can ask in the starting point how much you earn at this moment. For me, I have a goal of, let's say, 20,000. So currently I am earning 15,000 per month. That is my current earning. So that means I am going for a $5,000 additional earning in terms of these 3 months. So that's the starting point. And the next question you have to ask is, what are the challenges you have at this starting point? When you want to achieve any goal, you definitely will encounter challenge after challenge. If you can foresee and write down these challenges, it will be easy for you to solve through these challenges. So you write down your challenges. Your inability to have that, let's say, two hours daily is not possible. I'm saying that you need 2 hours daily to work on this goal. But you say to do tuition, I don't have 2 hours daily. Then that means like you don't have the time availability. You also might be, let's say, as a parent, you might not have the time because you are working full time, and by the time you come home, you have to attend your kids. You have to attend your sick parent, and that's why you don't have the time. So there is a time limitation. You might also have the monetary difficulty. Let's say you want to go for a college degree, but in order to enroll yourself in a college degree, you need to pay for the college, and you don't have that finance. So that might be a challenge for you. Also, you might be dealing with like a difficult husband, wife, or a difficult situation, sick child. In that case, that husband, wife, or the child, this can be one of your difficulties. So when you just identify. Additionally, you also ask yourself, who will give you help? Like, who can you seek help from? Now that you have identified the challenges, let's say finance. If you don't have the finance, you can ask, like, identify the people you can ask for help in terms of finance. If you are having the time difficulty, like, can you bring a babysitter to look after your kids so that like the time element would be done. Also, if you have a husband, like, or difficult husband, wife, or the spouse, think about relationship coaching, relationship therapy for these difficult issues with your husband or wife. That way you can, like, once you identify the sources of help, you can work on those elements. Now the next question you have to ask is why. This is a big question. So when it comes to why do you want to achieve this $20,000 in the next 3 months, you have to answer this question. Now, in order to do this why, I would like you to go deep down into 7 layers. Ask yourself why. I'll go in detail in the next video about the why, but until then, just think that you have to answer the question, why do you want to achieve this goal? So you can like focus on your why. Additionally, you have to think about the objective, like why is that reason underlying objective? What is that thing that you will achieve when you achieve this goal? Let's say, for example, I wanted to do a bachelor's degree. At the age of 30 years, I set a goal to earn a bachelor's degree by the age of 35 years. What is the objective? For me, education is the only thing that somebody could not take away from me. And believing that somebody could not take away from me, and I was at my rock bottom stage, I decided I will keep on studying. I will keep on studying. And so the objective was to become that, to have that freedom, to possess that thing that nobody can take away from me. And I believe that was my education, the knowledge that I get. So that's like the objective. And also we have to do a little bit of visualization. So you have to write your visualization framework as well. In order to achieve any goal, you should see yourself achieving it while your eyes are closed. It's important to do that, and it has like all the scientific research backing about it. Now, when you do the visualization, don't just visualize the end goal, but rather visualize the entire process. Visualize you achieving the final outcome, but then come back closer to today and visualize yourself failing, encountering a challenge, you overcoming it, and that way, whenever you encounter the challenge, you will realize that, oh, I have already done it in my mind, and it will be easier for you to tackle the problem. And the other thing is you have to create the timeline. So we talk about the timeline here. You can once again create the timeline. So if you want to earn 20,000 in 3 months, you have to decide, now that I am earning 10,000, like I have to divide this one to 3 parts. So you have to earn $3,500 in each like month. Now you have to ask whether this is possible, this $3,500. So the first goal, once you are able to set this up, you know that you have to earn this 3,500 within the first month. Now when you are doing the action plan, you will create the action plan for earning this 3,500 in the first month. And at the end, we evaluate and adjust, because like we have to continuously like improve on our process so that we create optimum performance levels. So this is how you design your life. For each goal that you have, write the goal in the center, check whether the goal is a SMART goal, and then ask yourself, what's the starting point? What are the challenges that I have? What are the help that I can seek? What is my why? What are the objectives? And you visualize, and then you have to put it in the timeline, and then as you work on the timeline, you evaluate and adjust, and then you go and repeat the same process. I hope you found this helpful, and if you have any questions, please drop in the comment sections, and I'll be grateful to guide you and to help you take you to your next level. Remember that you are failing today, but you don't have to fail always. You can be the mindpreneur. I did it myself. I failed over and over again, but today I'm grateful. I'm happy. I'm celebrating myself because I chose to succeed, and you can do too.